Today is the last session of Module 1 for the front court offense footwork. So what we're going to do is recap all of the great stuff that we've learned so far to really hammer it home and iron out anything that you might have been a little unclear about. Make sure you've really got it before we move on. So we'll start with the things we did back in the first few sessions, where we're talking about the basics with the prep jump, making sure we get the strong spider pushes into the ground, crush those tarantulas. Our racket is reaching out, crossing over with our non-racket leg, and then kicking out the extension all the way up to the tight net shot position. Notice my back arm, non-racket arm is stretched back. If you need to, keep your thumbs up going to keep that shoulder up. My body is up and my gravity is between the legs as I recover. See that again? Prep, left, reach, and back. Prep, left, reach, and back. Remember, we've got two ways to recover out of the corner. Whichever one you feel more comfortable with, you can choose to adopt, but you can also do both, depending on the scenario. So the one, the drag, dragging our back foot like a stopper, and then pushing off from the back leg to shuffle back to the tee. See that again? Drag and push back. Drag and push back. Second option for recovery, the hop from the front leg. Prep, reach, and now I hop with my front leg to keep that hula hoop of energy going as I recover back to the base. So remember, there's a hot pool of lava boiling there, just waiting to melt my leg. So I have to whoo, and quickly push off. Quick, push back. Quick, push back. Let's show that on the left side. Prep, crossover, reach, and back. Racket reaching out, non-racket arm back and upright. Now let's focus on the recovery on the left side for the left-handed players. Reach, drag, and back. Drag, and back. Drag. Now let's show the hop, because there's lava on this side too. Quick hop and back. Quick hop and back. Got to keep that energy flowing. If we kill the energy, then it's going to be a lot harder to recover back again, and there's my momentum gone. So keep it continuous, keep it fluid. Next shot we'll talk about, the net shot directly in front of you. We talked about this being a common shot off of the serve return for doubles and mixed. So we've got our racket a little higher, prep jump, quick step, reach. The racket really has to be reaching on this one. Reach and back. Reach and back. On the left side, reach and back. Racket up, reach and back. So the difference on this one, the straight ahead as opposed to into the corner, has to do with the extension. Remember the marionette? We've got to extend our foot towards the bird. If the bird's in front, we extend straight ahead with our toe pointing to the bird. If the bird's out to the side, we open the knee and then extend the foot towards where the bird is. That takes us to the dead zone. So the difference in the footwork when hitting offensively in the forehand dead zone is that quick step with the non-racket leg. We still have to get a strong push, and then this non-racket leg step is not as long because this is a shorter distance, but the bird is going to be coming there faster. So I have to be there faster. Quick step, reach. Quick step, reach. And notice my racket has to be open and chasing the bird like that out of control dog that we're walking. That's the first thing that goes after I prep, racket out. Prep, quick step, racket out, and back. Let's show it on the left side. Prep, quick step, out, and back. Prep, quick step, out, and back. You can do these in 2 positions. Medium offensive, where I'm hitting the bird at about my shoulder height, and a more maximum offensive, where I'm hitting the bird up over my head. Medium, and then imagining up, higher. Then, the last thing I want to recap has to do with the recovery. This we covered in the more advanced session, where we not only were thinking about what shot we were hitting, but how to prepare for the reply of our opponents. So to recap that, the first one we covered was a straight net shot. So I've got my footwork to get there. Now, based on me hitting a straight net shot, I'm going to do just a mini push back and stay close with my racket up so I can cover the likely reply, which would be a return net shot. I need to be there quickly. If I hop all the way back, I'm going to miss it. It's going to be too far away to get back there in time to maintain the offense. So that one looks like this. Prep, left, reach, and I stay so I can follow up again. Reach, and I stay so I can follow up. Next one, the lob, or the pressure lift, where I'm hitting to the back court while still maintaining the offense. So in this scenario, I'm going to reach out, hit that shot, imagine the shot going to the back, and now I have to recover all the way back to be ready for my opponent's reply that could be anywhere. And my non-racket leg is straddling the center line. So I have to make sure that that non-racket leg gets all the way over, but I'm not back to my base. I'm still favoring this side of the court, because as we mentioned, the court is a rectangle, so it's going to come back to this side faster than it is going to go cross. So I have to cover the fast scenario first. Looks like this. Lift, back. Check your feet. Back. The next one, having to do with the recovery, the cross-court net shot. So I know how to get there now. I'm hitting, imagining in my mind, cross-court net shot. Now I'm jumping back towards the cross-court reply, which will likely be the straight net shot. That's the one that's going to come the fastest. So that's the one I have to get over and worry about the fastest. Cross-court net, and I jump towards the cross. Cross-court reach, and I jump towards. Okay? Last one for this, the cross-court push. So now I'm hitting away to the back of the court, and I have to get, this is the one with the longest distance. So I have to get to the corner, push cross, and all the way back over onto the other half of the court so that I can cover the straight reply, which is the more likely and fastest reply. So my foot is still partly on that side, but I'm favoring the straight reply. So let's see it. Prep, I hit cross, and all the way back. See? Prep, cross, all the way back. So I can cover this side. I'm favoring this half. So that's basically a summary of everything we've done so far in this module. One thing that we're going to touch on more in module 3 is the shot recovering that we talked about in the doubles and mixed focus module, where we're going to think about what shot is coming back to us next. But for now, I want to go over some drills. 4 different drills that you can do on your own. If you want to go out with a friend or a partner and do this, great. But these are things that you can do on your own. A lot of times people say, yeah, but I couldn't go train because so-and-so couldn't make it. And he was busy and she was late. No, you can do these things on your own. So the first drill is basically shadow footwork, which is what we've been doing, where you're shadowing the shots without actually hitting them. So it's pretty much like we were doing, but now we're making it one step more complicated, and we're adding in an additional shot, an imaginary shot. So for example, that could be hitting an imaginary backcourt shot and then coming forward and starting from here. So instead of simply starting from my base prep jump, I add in one more step, hit forward, and then go into the shot. Okay? And that can be from back here. As you improve, that can be from all the way to the back. That can be coming from cross court. Be creative. Whatever your combinations are, just think about the main thing is that after you hit, you're coming through, getting that prep, and going. So you can do that slowly, and as you feel more comfortable, you can variate and increase the speed. So as I get better, I'm going faster. Hit, prep, go. And not only to that shot, I can go to the straight shot, or I can go to the dead zone, out to the side. I can go to the mid-court, in the mid-net here. So be creative. Part of that is imagining where your shots are going. And that's practicing, reinforcing for your body to adjust based on where the bird is. The second drill, as well as the shadow, has to do with using a few birds. I've got 3 here, and I'm actually going to put these up on the net to gauge my footwork, to make sure I'm really reaching all the way up to the net. Because you need to be able to practice the worst case scenario, which means absolutely all the way up to the net. There's no sense in mastering the footwork to here, and then if you can't get that extra reach, you have to be able to cover all the way to the tape. So you can set up as many birds as you want up on the net. Then I'm going to come back here and then move forward and tap the birds off. And I can go consecutively, or I can slow down and go slowly and think about it. Okay, that was good, or my racket was a bit low. Self-correct, and then go again. And I can set those up anywhere along the net. So if I want to practice particularly straight in front of me, I can set up the birds there. If I want to practice a combination, I can practice putting them all along and then combine it. So I'm now combining straight ahead, back, out here, back, and so on. The third drill that we can practice has to do with someone, if you do have someone helping you, that they can point you to the different shots. And that's really good, because if it's someone that's also been studying this course and improving their game, then they'll be able to refresh for you what to look out for and reminding you of problem that might be coming up for you. So they can be standing here pointing for you to go here. So if my partner's pointing there, then from the base, then I have to go there and come back. And just as I'm coming back, they're pointing to the next one. Maybe that means pointing here, maybe that means dead zone, maybe that means front court, and they can be standing on the other side too, so you don't have to worry about hitting them. So the last drill has to do with, this is probably the most difficult, and the last drill for this module is about really imagining an actual rally and the practical application of these steps. Because at the end of the day, that's what we want. It doesn't matter how perfect our footwork is. If we can't insert it into our game and really use it, there's no footwork tournaments. Okay? There's only tournaments and games where you're actually hitting the shuttle. So we want to be able to make that jump from practicing the footwork into the application into our game. So this drill has to do with really imagining each and every shot that we're hitting from this forehand offense side. And the way I like you to start is by saying the shots out loud. So say the shots that you're hitting out loud. So straight net shot, and then I can do the little hop back. And then I can continue a straight push, and then a big hop back, keeping aware of my recovery. And then cross push, and then I hop all the way over here. And then maybe straight net, and then I wait. And then maybe dead zone. So this takes a lot of thinking, because I have to not only be thinking and knowing where my feet are going, but also what shot I'm hitting and what my recovery looks like. So don't think that this last one is an easy one. This is something even the top in the world still practice. Doing the movements, practicing over and over, and imagining what shots you're hitting to your opponent so you can anticipate the reply. So we're going to do a lot of great stuff next module. Looking forward to seeing you there. We're going to be focusing on the backhand side, learning how to master the backhand side footwork, which can be a challenge for a lot of people. Sometimes the forehand side is more flowing, more natural. We're going to get on that backhand side and make it just as good as your forehand. So until next time, remember, step your game up.